Today I was trying to figure out where to put my hands on my table so that you guys can see them both on Facebook and YouTube. I don't think I'm ever going to get it figured out. Okay, so, hi, I'm Janice Wilson. I am Scrap Till You Snap because I'm about ready to snap every time. Live, but let me see what Facebook says so that I can see any comments that come up. This is crazy, guys. I don't understand why it changes every time. Well, I do, because somehow I move this camera right here, and it's always not where it should be. So, but trying to figure out, I'm trying to, let me see here. If you can hear me, and you're on Facebook, let me see if I see anybody on me. Let me know. If you can't hear me, let me know that too. Because I'll need to fix something. My cell phone. I don't know why it's bringing that up. I don't want to see my cell phone information right now. Okay, so I've had this idea in my head for a while, and I just haven't got around to putting it in paper form. But tonight I have it. So let me turn the camera and I'll show you what I did. Here's a close-up. It's a little bunny feet digging in the ground, if my plan works out. So I did get this little sample started here, but I'm just checking Messenger because sometimes people let me know that through Messenger for some reason that the screen and see if I have it on my main Facebook page on my Scrap Till You Snap, but I cannot do the private messaging while I'm doing this. So I'm sorry if I don't get back to you until after the live. That just happened to be my sister in Ohio, so she doesn't know I'm going live right now. So anyway, let me turn the camera down on the work surface so you can see what I'm doing. Okay. I'll try to pull it together here shortly, hopefully. This is actually the Easter Joy 12 by 12 paper, and it came with this paper. I'm using the stripes on the back. It's a tan. It's the crumb cake with the little design on it, and then the other two sheets, the page, the base page is going to be this green. The back side is that pretty color. So my plan is to use some of the stripes on the page somewhere. I'm not sure where yet, so I'm going to lay that aside. Now, get some of my junk out of the way so you can actually see more of what I'm doing. Not that that really matters. I do not. So, but what I did while I was playing around is I got a bunny all punched out, and it's ready to put together. All I have to do is, you know, stick it all together there for you so you can see what I'm doing. But these are all the little pieces for the bunny. There's 6 of these little, those are the toe pads for the bunny feet. I'll put that over here so you can see the toe pads. And then I just took these ovals and I trimmed them down. I stuck the bunny pads, the bunny's pieces that go there and there. Now, if you have a Cricut, you can cut out your ovals whatever size you want them, which I thought about doing, but by the time I thought about it, I didn't have time to do it. So anyway, here's the little punch that I did that with. This is a 2.5-inch circle, and I just punched it with an old Stampin' Up! Punch, the 2.5-inch circle. I love these punches. As you can tell, I've got a lot of them. This is the big oval that it's the 1 3/4 by 7/8 that I did for these ovals, and then the flower here is the 7/8-inch scallop. So that's what I have for the bunny tail. And on this one, I just popped it up on the foam, the really thin foam adhesive dots, so that it gave it a little bit of dimension, but not a lot. If you wanted to, You could sponge a little bit of like a light brown or a gray, just real light, or you could take your marker and go around, you know, with a light just to accentuate those, and you could draw like a little line down here for the shadow of the tail. So that was, I mean, you can do that if you want. I didn't. I have this still taped into my die because I wanted to show you this. I cut this out a full, took the bunny and positioned it where I think I want it. And then, because I want it to look like he's digging in the dirt. You can, well, you can barely see right here on the sides that it went straight up instead of, that's my little garden, you know, where he's digging in bunny hole. All right, so this here is the Arches dies, and I was going to say they're not numbered, but it's the fourth one down numbered their dies, and she started with number 1 at the biggest. So 1, 2, 3, it's number 4 die if you do that. You could start at the smallest and go up, or vice versa, but there's 10 dies in this. So but you know, once you get them, you can mark them up however you want. I don't feel the need in marking anything. And out of the way, I'll try to make sure that it's on screen so you guys can see it all. I hope you can, yeah, it kind of blends out in that, doesn't it? Maybe you can see it on the blue better. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, I'll just do it on the blue better. I'll do it on the blue, that way it's better. If I can get my words out. I don't know what the deal is today. Okay, so I'm going to get my glue right where I want it. Let me get that everywhere you can see it. Just going to put it right up near the top. Okay, I'm going to do that on both of them. Just put a little bit of glue so I can move that up there. And the reason I use glue is because you can move it around. If you get your little ovals crooked, you can move them around a little bit. Now that looks like I might have used the light side of that one, but oh well, it's too late now. Okay, so now I am going to put, if I can pick that up, take your pick tool, Janice. Don't keep tossing it over. There you go. Alright, so I'm going to put the center one a little bit higher. I just put a dab of glue there because I don't want it all over the place. Okay, I'm going to do the same over here. So I'm right about there. Using my nail to take your pick tool putty tool off. Okay, so now I'm going to put another one right here and one right here. I'm just using little tiny dots because there's a lot of glue that comes out in these, and so you don't want a lot of glue. I'm going to position it where I want it. On my finger because I glued on the wrong side. Oh well, there we go. Alright, let's do this one. I think I've got stuff to my finger. Okay, so I'm just going to push that over a little bit closer to the edge there. Alright. Now I'm just going to take my handy dandy little scissors, my ribbon scissors with paper. Alright, now I'm just going to take this, and I hope you can see it. I'm just going to take this right here. And you see the three, there you go, 3 little dots. And I'm just going to cut around those. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to start on the edge here, and I'm going to round it around. And then I'm sure Bunny's feet are not perfect either. Alright, there's one. Now, I've seen these done with hearts and different things like that. I just didn't have, I have a heart punch. I just didn't want to finish them on the center part of this toe right there. In between the toes, actually. Alright, I'm going to put, well, let me do this. Let me get my cloud cover, okay? And I'm just going to put a little bit of gray right around the edge, right here, I don't like that one. I've used the tip of this one too much. I want the other tip. Now, that other tip was just a little too juicy, and it had too much gray going out. Okay, so that's, you can't even see that really, but I'm going to bring it up to let you try to see it, I guess. But you'll be able to see it when I go underneath the bunny tail, because I'm just going to put a little bit right under here so that you can see that there's a shadow. Okay, I'm just going to run this around here. Right around those little toes. And like I said, then it's not perfect. You know, there's big blobs here and there. That's all I'm going to do. I can put the marker back. That was the light. That cover felt a little off, a little loose. Okay. That was the light cloud cover. So I'm going to use these thin foam dots again. I'm going to do the back, just where it's going to sit, because the top of this is going to sit over the edge of that. So I'm just going to put it on here and here, just so that it lines up with that shadow covered there. Okay, now I'm going to put all except for, I'm not going to do the toes. The toes are going to stick off the edge, right? So you don't want those with any foam on them. Alright, now I'm going to take off the covers. I'll throw those in the garbage in a minute. Okay. So now this one is going to go, let me see how I've got this one here. Can you see how I've got them? Okay, I'm going to angle that one off a little bit, off to the edge. I want to make sure it's not, oh, see it was not covered. Okay, so this one is going to go this way. Let's be off a little bit. I want to make sure that that's covered. Okay, there we go. So, not perfect, but they're close. They're close to each other. They'll fit still where I want them to on that thing. Alright, put those away. I'm going to throw this away so I don't like these little things. They get stuck everywhere. I find them in the living room all the time. They don't pay attention and take them off. Sorry about the noise out here. My neighbors decided to work on cars and he... Okay, so I have that. What I was going to do is just put him kind of down here, kind of make it look like, but I was just going to have him down there, and then maybe do some, well, I just threw paper on the floor. I was thinking maybe I'll do, since this is green, maybe I'll do some, I have some light pink. So let me take a look back over here and see what I was looking at, because I had an idea. No, I don't see them either. I think I'm going to do a, not craft, what is that? That's not crumb cake. What is that one? Oh, you know what, this might be almond or acorn. Might be acorn. I don't think I want to do that one. Let me get the color wheel real quick. Why don't I do that? I know it's up here. Or it was. Okay, so let me see. Oh, it doesn't have the neutrals. Has pecan pie. So, this is more of a Coastal Cabana. Let me make sure that's correct. What are the colors in this thing? balmy blue, crumb cake, lemon lolly, peach pie. That was peach pie, not peach and pie. Pretty in pink and shy on this either. So it's close to the Coastal Cabana. So I'm going to use that for my triadic and see what goes. Oh, pink and ooh, melon mambo and daffodil delight. I don't know about that. I think maybe I'll do some Lost Lagoon. Yeah, I don't like the triadics. Complimentary? I think I'll do Lost Lagoon. I think I have some of that. Let me look. Now remember, these are just the, I don't know what I was thinking. It's gone. It'll come back to me after I'm off the live, probably. Isn't that the way? Pool party. Do I want pool party? No. It's too close to that. I have garden green. Granny apple. See, I should have picked the colors out before I got in here, huh? I don't know what I was thinking. Oh. 2 sheets, that's it. That's closer. But I don't know that I like balmy blue. Lost Lagoon. What do I have for here? Oh, pretty peacock. What if I do something like that? Go really dark with the edges, with the mats, the picture mats. Because I do have those photo place markers. I found a packet of them today. Look at that. Perfect. So now I can use these to kind of like give me a sample. I could double mat too, you know that? I don't usually double mat. And then one of these to hold the photo spots. What do you think about that? So this is 4 by 6. So this means I have to go up a 1/4 inch so that there's an 1/8 showing around it, and then another 1/4 inch on this one. So let me get this out. So I have to do these at 4 1/4 because it's a 4 by 6. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Oops, I have to bring the arm out here. I'm not even on there. It's hard to see because it's right in the middle of that groove right there. Okay, so that's 4 1/4 by 6 1/4. Let me do another one of those, just so I have a couple of them. I'm not sure what sizes of pictures I'm going to put on here, but that's what I'm going to start with, is the 4 by 6. That's pretty much what I do with the picture. Too big, it doesn't look right. So 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, and then these are 4 1/2 by 6. You want a much smaller frame. If you want a smaller, you can see it on Facebook, but you can't see it on the other one. If you want a 1/16 of an inch, then you have to go with like 3/8 of an inch instead of the 1/2 or 1/4. So, and I don't want to do that because I don't want to think about 3/8. So I'm going to do the 1/2. So it'll be a little bit bigger. Also, you want to think about how much leftover you're going to have. I've got more over here, and I can make smaller page covers, you know, mats. Not page mats. Photo mats. I can't think. I can't spit my words out tonight. I don't know why. I have to say, it could be the heat, because I did it wrong. I did 6 1/4, and it has to be 6 1/2. Yep, I did that wrong, so now I have to get the other sheet. I'm not worried about it. I'll find something to do with them. 4 1/2 by 6 1/2, Janice. and I cut that on the wrong side. So, the reason I said I cut it on the wrong side is because when you cut paper, it leaves an edge on your paper that goes down in that groove. So this one goes down. So on this side it's up. So I'm just going to take my fingernail and run it right along there and lay that baby back down. Okay. So there's my photo mat. And then I have this to go on it. Move that to the correct position. There, that's my photo mat. What do you think? I think it's going to look cute. Photo mats very often, but they do come in the workbooks. Workbooks. That's not what I meant. I don't know what it is. I'll get it. It's not hunger. I ate before I came live. So I know that. Okay, so I'm just going to put these down. Now remember, our cardstock is double-sided. So you can have the lighter side or the darker side. I'm putting the darker side up. I'm just going to line this up where I think it's just about perfect. I want the same edge all the way around. And then I'm just going to barely put this one on because this is temporary for me. If I decide to put a little bit smaller photo on it, or I can remove this and just do something different. So I'm going to put adhesive on the light side, and yep, and then just a little bit on the back of that. I mean on YouTube. Sorry about that. I will try to get that figured out. Okay, so you could do 2 to the page. You could also turn your pictures so they go that way. So you could do 3 to a page. You can have your all of these extra little pieces here, you can make smaller mats to go up there as well. You could do little square ones. You could do just about anything. There's a lot of them. This is just a little shy. It's like a 1/2 inch shy of the 1/4 inch mark. Sorry, of the size of the, you know, it is 4 inches. It's just not 4 1/4 inches. So it would be 3 3/4. No, this was 6 1/4. So this would be 5 3/4. I can't always math either. Okay, so this will go to this one. No, it's too big for, or too small for that one, but those are too big. Too small. That's the same size. Yeah. Okay, so I'll cut that one down so that it fits that. That one doesn't take much at all. Unless it's that one that I wanted in there. Nope, they're the same size, or 1/8 of an inch. And I might take off just a hair more, because this one looks like it might be a little different. Okay, so now I have that mat. Let me see if there's another one here. I can do this mat. Oh, look at that. I have to trim this one down. I'm going to do a 1/4 inch, and then now I have 2 more mats. And we can still do a journaling mat if we want. This one is 5 1/2 by 4 1/4. So this one is 4 1/2 by 5 3/4. Okay, so that's what this one's going to go on. Now I could have put these on the lighter side so that they're a little bit different, but I didn't. I'm not going to mess with that. You can do your page and your mats however you want them. Okay, so this is the smaller one, and it's 5 and I want to say it's 3/4. This one is 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. So this one is, and it is by 4 1/2. So, but that's going to go right there, and it's going to be fine. I may not use photo mats on these, but these would be great for journaling boxes. If you have a big story to tell with your Easter pictures, then you can make your journaling box as big as you want it. And you can use flip flaps and make them open and tell a huge story if you want to do that. I showed you how to use the flip flaps before, and now Stampin' Up! Has them. They're awesome. I don't think I have, see, I have, these are the 4 by 6, and they come with different sizes. It depends upon what sizes are in your scrapbooking kit that you order through Stampin' Up! And they got all different sizes. I'll show you some of them here. So, I'm just going to pull out the tallest ones. These are 3 by 4. And then these are 3 by 3. So, you can put, you know, your leftover strip that you cut off is perfect for it. See that? It's perfect for those. And you can put your journaling box on here. Now there are some stamp sets that have lines so that you can make lines or whatever you want. You can use a ruler and a marker or a ink, however you want. I think I'm going to put one 4 by 6 on one page, and I was going to bring this paper in too. What should I do with this? Is anybody on watching me so they can tell me what they think I see, buddy? I'm all alone tonight. So, okay. Well, what I'm going to do is maybe cut a couple of strips. You can't hear me. Let me know. And I'll either put them at the bottom, or like I could do them right here. I don't like that. Not with the bunny down here. I could put it in the middle or up at the top. Maybe I'll use this and put my Easter title on it. How's that? What do you think about that? Maybe I can do the big pictures down here and a little one here, and then I can have these running at the top and have my title run across it. So let me do that. Let me see how big I want these. I don't usually cut my titles that big, you know, much bigger than that. I don't like huge titles. Sometimes I like big titles, but not usually. Just depends upon the layout, I think. Okay. So, this is going to go here. Oh, so there's something else you can do. If you have, that are like the border dies, I don't think I have anything real handy right here, but, so let me grab some things out of my stash here that I thought we could use. So there's scallops. I think those are stamps. Let me look at that real quick because it's out here. So they make like lace doilies, kind of. That cushion sheet, the silicone mat. They actually have a mat that goes in your die cutting machine, but I've used this in a pinch when I couldn't find my other one and I really wanted it. It's really dusty. I was trying to clean off some of the dust. Anyway, if you put this on, you put your paper on here and then you put your die upside down like you're going to cut with it, but you actually lay this blade up, your paper on it, and then your mat on top of it and run it through your die cutting machine. it will impress, it'll give it like an embossed look. Okay, so you can do that, or if you have any border ones that cut out lace patterns or anything like that, you can use those too. And those are, you can layer them right down here at the bottom, and I haven't got that far with it yet. My brain's still working on it. The other thing I wanted to think about is maybe the camera, because the camera would be really cute with the film strip. So I might do that. And I would do the film strip in like a black, right? And then this one has little images you could put in there too. And then the little photo map that comes out too. So let me see. I think I haven't used that one yet, so I kind of want to play with it a little bit. I'm going to do the film strip in black, and I might do the camera in black just because, you know, a lot of cameras. I have a whole bag of black scraps, right? So I can put, so some of these scraps are the white core, and some of them are the solid black that Stampin' Up! Carries. So, but now they have the white core. Tape this down. I might have to cut this a little bit so that it'll fit in the die. And then I'm just going to cut this down a little bit because I think it's too big. It might not be. I'm trying not. I don't know why I'm not really wasting the paper because I have lots of it. If for some reason I don't want to. I don't want to lose that. I know it doesn't make sense, does it? Okay. So let me put this on. One of these days, I need to get my room cleaned up. Even if it's wrong. Been doing a lot of sewing, actually. I've got a couple of quilts, baby quilts and twin quilts, and let's see. Okay. Now I'm going to stamp this so that I have a little bit better idea of what I want. I'm going to get my stamp positioner up here. And I think, nope, I have to use the big one because it won't line up right. It might line up right, but it's not going to be, it's too wide for this, so you can't use the little one for that. Alright, let me get a piece of paper out. It's probably big enough. And then I'll die cut it again too. Alright, I'm going to put my magnets on. Turn it this way. As long as the paper doesn't move, it'll be fine. I'm going to condition it since I didn't do that before because this is a brand new stamp. I'm just rubbing my arm on it to take some of that. They say that there's a film when it's processed that can't wait, you guys. It'll be here in a couple days, but I was really hoping it would be here today. I ordered, because Stampin' Up! Has the white ink pad. I'll show you it. Wrong one. The white ink pad, and the black one's all white. I don't know. I didn't have anything to do with it. Okay, so I'm going to line this back up. Press it down. I want to make sure I get a nice, good press. I'm going to get my little tool out so I can press it down good. Get a good, really good in. Back up, and I'm going to cut it out again. Isn't there how this works? Maybe I'll do so that I can get them all on their magnet sheets, because I haven't been doing that. I've fallen behind. So let me line this up. I'll put some tape on it, and I'll run it through the die cutter again. This is going to go on top of the black. Okay. From the picture over here, to me this looks like the back of the camera. Where's the front of it? I don't know what part that goes to. There's the ring. And then I see that tape is once there. So maybe I can do this one out of silver. And that can be out of black. I didn't have this fully thought out. There's that. Get my take your pick and poke this out. There's that. Alright, now, where does that go? I think that... I don't know. I think it might be silver? I'm going to try it on the silver. We'll see. We'll see what it looks like. I always stop one round short on the cranking of that. It always comes out weird. It doesn't come out weird. It just stops where it's not supposed to. That's what it does. Alright, there's that piece, which I think can go there. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure where that's supposed to be. Maybe I'll work on the camera and bring it back in later to do. Because to me, that looks like the back of the camera. Where's the rest of it down here? Yep. Camera was stuck to that. Okay, so I can put this on. No, it has that little hook thingy on that side. So that, and then this goes on here. This will be popped up, I think. I don't know where that goes. I'll have to play with this a little bit. I don't know what else to do to the page. I could bring in that up there. I have to wash that. Let's see, it's almost 7:30. I need to finish up what I'm doing. I'll have to think about it more and see if I can finish this and bring it back. Cleaner bothered my throat. Okay, so maybe I'll bring some lace in. I know I want this here, right about there, so maybe I'll glue that down, or adhere it down. Then I know where that's going to go. Because I want him to look like he's digging in a tunnel. And I want him right there in that corner, so I'm just going to adhere him down. If you make any of these Easter bunnies, please let me know what please show them to me, post them in this, so I can see what you made. Because I would like to see what you guys make, if you make something off of what I have showed you. I may go in and get, because I have a whole bunch of border punches that I could punch a little lace design, or you know, something. I could even do something for the boys maybe with some of it. But right now I'm kind of stumped because it's not trying to figure it out. Right now I'm just going to poke out all these little pieces of the film strip and maybe figure out where I can put it. Because I think it'll be really cute too on the page. Started. I thought I already did that, but it didn't pop out. So, okay, so this would be kind of cute. I want the camera somewhere maybe over here. What if I put these opposite? Let me get all my tools out of the way here. And then I could put the camera up here, and maybe even offset it a little bit so that you can see this. That is definitely the back of the camera. Anyway, I can put the film strip going like right here. I might trim this down a little bit so that it has a little bit of a shadow on it. And then, or maybe just put these silver things on the front of this and make it look like a camera the best I can this way. And that's too big for that. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that. I'll have to play with it and see what I can come up with. But I think this would be cute. And then have it, I could even make a mini film strip, you know, manipulate my pictures so that they're really tiny, or print them out in that and have an actual pictures in there. They would just be really tiny. So that's sometimes how my brain works, because I like to change things up a bit and make them my own. But I think that could be cute. We're having a camera on there. I could even do some of the little dies, or you know, the little, like, what are they called? Where you get the instant picture. Here. Insta cameras, you know, where they just print out your little picture there. That's another way to do it too. I might do that. I think that would be cute. This I can use somewhere else. But yeah, that's maybe the plan. I can put these strips here, maybe this way where the blues are together, or maybe turn around and put the greens together. There we go, put the greens together. And then I could have the film strip coming out here, and I could do my east like that. So anyway, this is the thought. I know you can't see this on the YouTube channel. I wish you could. I'm going to have to fix that because I need that working to be. I need to work on the camera and see what I can do to make it look like a camera more. And then I'll just adhere it down straight. I don't know. I'll work on it and then I'll come back and show you what I did, okay? I am going to hop off of here so that I can not take up the rest of your day. Turn this back to the webcam so you can see who's talking to you. Unless you can see me in that little tiny picture up there. So anyway, sometimes this is the way the process goes. I think sometimes it's... So I'll work on it and I'll come back and show you what I did. But I'll get something done with it. Hopefully before Easter. If not, you know,